When one person speaks 2 or 3 languages with toddlers, will that confuse them? This was a question asked in my Facebook group, Multilingual Families. Now, I fully understand the struggles of multilingual parents. We often are so used to mix our languages when speaking with other adults who share the same languages that when we become parents, we consider it so normal. Why should we change this habit with our children? Hi, I'm Ute from Ute's International Lounge, and I help internationals foster all their languages in the most effective way. Now, mixing languages is not a problem if the other person knows them. But I really discourage parents of young children, let's say children up to age 3, 4, 5, to constantly mix their languages. Let me illustrate this. If we give our children elements of language yellow, red, and green mixed all together, they will consider that as a language. It comes from us. We talk like that, right? And maybe our partner or someone else in our community does the same. So there is a multilingual language mixing community around our children. Now, our children won't see the need to separate the languages when communicating with us. So far, no problem. The problem starts when our children need to communicate with people who speak language yellow but not language green or red or any other kind of language. If I would just mélange mijn sprachen, wie mir gerade der Schnabel gewachsen ist, dann farebbe nulla, vero? Het is toch geen probleem? But our children up to age 4 need to learn the patterns of each language they are exposed to. The intonation, the gestures, the facial expressions, the vocabulary, the syntax structure, the morphology, the different meanings of words, and they learn this in a very fast pace by mimicking us, by imitating what we say and how we say it. If we model a language mix that does not exist or is only used in our family, we don't do them any favor. They will feel very frustrated when needing to express their needs, ask questions, and have a conversation with someone where, for example, language yellow is needed. This is what I personally call the paradox of raising multilinguals. We all want our children to learn different languages and welcome them all. But what our children actually need is to understand how they work separately so that they can use them with people who speak them and in situations that require them. So if your children are still young, as I said, under 3, 4, 5-ish, it always depends on the individual child, please make the effort to stick to one language in one setting during, for example, one activity that you do with them. I know how difficult it is. If you are used to mix your languages, believe me, I've been there. But like I said, it is so important for our children to understand the pattern of each language. Once our children are 4 or 5 or 6 or older, again, it depends on the individual child, they will be much more conscious about the different languages. What word belongs to what language, what intonation to use when speaking yellow, and which one to use when speaking green and red, etc. They might still code mix. I talk about code mixing in another video. But they will also be much more conscious that in certain situations, with certain people, they need to use language red or green or yellow. What we all want is that our children and we are intelligible, that people can understand us, that we can participate in conversations and connect with others. If you really struggle with separating your languages when speaking with your toddler, try to speak language yellow during the week and language red on the weekends. And make sure that you stick to one language during an activity or game you play with your child. There are many ways to indicate a language switch so that our youngest ones will understand. And if you need help with this, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Alla prossima. Tot de volgende keer. Alla prochaine. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Y hasta la próxima.